What roles do artists play in shaping the future? I'm Adora Mofor and welcome to Living a Creative Life. Today, at an essential gathering, we join the conversation, using creativity to plan for a better future together.
Good morning, everybody. Oki, Nestanakok Mistamok Samyaki. My name is Patty Pon. I am the president and CEO of Calgary Arts Development. I just introduced myself to you with my Blackfoot name, Mistamok Samyaki. You know, part of being in this place and on this land, and particularly where we are here at the library, where we're so close to the confluence of the two rivers, is that traditionally this area was an area of gathering. And so I think it's just so appropriate today for us to be here in this place, in this moment, to come together again after such a long time.
Why are we at the library today?
Well, today we are hosting our Living a Creative Life Congress. And the theme of this year's Congress was Imagining a Future Together. We've held this Congress now, I think since 2016, every year. These last couple have really been about artists. The more creativity that gets generated, the more innovation. And so this Congress this year was really about coming out of the challenging times that we've all had. How might artists play a role in helping us recover and even become more vibrant and more connected as a city? This morning, we are going to feature a number of speakers here in this space, and then the afternoon is going to be made up of a number of breakout sessions in a variety of rooms throughout the library, where everyone will have the option of attending 2 of the 5 sessions. With that, I am going to introduce our first speaker, Dr. Littlebear.
The members of a primitive society are free. The forgotten tribe I am thinking of is our group here, artists. If our contemporary world and governments adopted the mindset of artists, we will be able to come up with new creative solutions to age-old problems. So in my view, for the future, let's look at government, education, health, and so on as art. So that's where our little tribe here can bring about those solutions. That's the message I want to leave with you today. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm excited to be back for the Living a Creative Life series. We came out here to specifically speak about Trico Changemaker Studio and how that can help us imagine beautiful futures and create beautiful futures together. So I was presenting on a program that we've been in partnership with Calgary Arts Development for the past 5 years. It's called Artists as Changemaker, and in this program we specifically center artists and create avenues for them to create meaningful social change through partnerships with community members and local organizations that are at the forefront of social impact. And we just wanted to share the impact and how our artists have been looking at really complex challenges in our society. So today we're really gathered here in celebration of living a creative life and celebrating the artists in our cities, but also with a specific focus on imagining the future together. Artists have always been change makers, not only by creatively challenging the status quo, by also giving us opportunities to see and experience the world differently. The Artists as Changemaker program aims to expedite the capacity of socially engaged artists to create meaningful social change. One of the challenges that we have is a lot of people don't know this program exists. So this event today gives us a really great opportunity to show what we've been doing, get people involved, and also invite people to join our Art for Social Change network in Calgary. We're trying to build a movement of other programs, other organizations that are doing this work around community-engaged arts and art for social change. There's so many words that can describe the partnership that we've had with CADA. It's been truly an honor. I'm just so grateful for the opportunities that we've received. And not only that, CADA listens. They really care. And I think that really sends a message to the artists that we're working with that, you know, it's not only about here's the money, go do it, but here's the money, but also here's our vision. We're collectively in this together, so. We want to connect those living in this home, Mohkinstsis, Calgary, to be connected to projects and practitioners and other initiatives in our city. We want to explore ways in which art can continue to be used as a vehicle for art for social change. And we hope to have you as part of this network because we can't build it alone and the change can't happen while we are apart. Thank you.
What is the creative economy? The creative economy looks at creativity as an output that intersects job fields rather than isolated to particular industries. You're gonna get to hear from the folks actually doing the work within the creative economy. So I'm gonna join them over here. So Cowboy, we're going to start with you. As an incredibly diverse city, Calgary has an opportunity to tap into unique perspectives and experiences. How are there examples, or what are the examples of how you see this being enacted at a foundational level across sectors, cultures, and communities?
Everyone. I'm going to start there. Everyone. We are all Treaty 7 people, and the true spirit and intent of that treaty is to support each other, to back each other up, and especially in difficult times like COVID.
There is way more creative capacity in the city than people think. We have so many artists, and I think that's one of the things that I would love to see going forward for Calgary to amplify.
I think that Calgary, particularly like Calgarians who've been here for a while, really like to see themselves as entrepreneurial and resilient and gritty. I think we can be all of those things and more.
And now that we're, living this, creative life of abundance here in Mohkinstsis, what better time to celebrate each other, support each other, have these conversations, have a strategy moving forward, and what better way to honor the treaty than to support each other and come together in confluence moving forward into the future.
What does it look like? Every single person, place, and thing has a look. From the color of your skin, as we cover every book. It looks like respect, for when we reflect, it seems that we do often duly inspect the way of things and how they are and how they've come to be. Those colonized conspiracies keep killing you and me.
Today has just, again, been one of those incredible days where we've heard from some super inspiring community leaders about how artists can play a role. I hope that today was the beginning of trying to offer possibility and opportunity.
I know that I think that CADA is important. Arts organizations are important. Why is it important for us to engage?
I believe artists are an army of problem solvers, not problem makers. And we need to mobilize that army right now and live in this time and create a community in a city that's better for all of us, not some of us. Artists can do that. So trying to find different ways of reconnecting us again, I think is really important. You'll note on this image and on some of the other slides, the image of the buffalo in the corner. The buffalo is referred to as a keystone species in the natural ecosystem. And so my starting hypothesis for our 4-year strategic framework is that in the arts ecosystem, artists are the keystone species. We need artists now more than ever. We need creatives now more than ever because you help us make meaning. You help us make sense in times where it doesn't feel like anything is making sense. You will guide us. You will lead us.
For it remains a fact I've noticed when life brings its hardest. It begs interpretation, and that's when it needs an artist. Grapple with the method, what employment, what to use. When we find the only white and right, we must refuse. It's looking like a place where we may conquer any task. It's looking like a place where we may finally wear no mask. It doesn't look broke. It doesn't look dirty or cisgender Christian only white male in 30. We need to shape the shift. We need to mold the maker. We need to smear a smudge on their lily whitest paper. We must point towards this place of peace, so poignant we feel free to see ourselves and proudly state, Mohkinstsis looks like me. Thank you.
As you can see, now more than ever, the creative voice needs to be loud and clear to plant the seeds for the future. If you have a project, story, or example of living creatively, please share to submissions@calgaryartsdevelopment.com or post online with the hashtag YYCLCL. See you next time on Living a Creative Life.